Hey, what's going on, fathers? It's Pastor Barry back. My bad. Yesterday had to take care of some personal matters. Was not able to get on here and go through day 11. So today we're going to go through day 11 and day 12 of Fatherhood Reset. My devotional book that's specifically lined out for fathers. It's a 21-day devotional just to kind of help fathers fine tune, refocus, reset themselves on being the best fathers that God has designed us to be. I'm confident that we all do the best we can in the moment. And so, Fatherhood Reset or Reset Fatherhood is just a guide to help us um, refocus our thoughts, our devotion, and our attention to our children. So today we're on day 11 and day 12. So I'm going to read a portion of day 11, just kind of give a highlight to that. Then I'm going to jump to day 12 because today we're actually on day 12. Day 11 is from Psalm 32:8 that reads, I will instruct you and show you the way to go. With my eye on you, I will give you counsel. And so this is all about how we instruct, how we always keep our eyes on our children. I know anytime my children are around, I have my eye on them, even when they don't think I'm watching. I'm kind of aware of where they are and just kind of aware of their surrounding and what they're doing. That's when they're in my presence. And so I'm always watching them, seeing who they're interacting with. I see them sometimes when something may bother them. When they're having a good time, I enjoy seeing them laugh and have a good time. But it also provides me an opportunity to perhaps sometime later come back and give them some counsel if the opportunity presents themselves. My children are young adults now, so I try to be um, I try to be a little discreet or selective on offering counseling because they're still trying to find their way. They're forging their own path, and sometimes they don't want to hear from me. And so I'm very aware of that, or at least I try to be. But in this devotional, I also put that our lives should serve as a living example to the principles that we teach our sons and daughters. So I'm not instructing my children on things that I'm not doing or things that don't have high value to me. I'm also living them out. And it's kind of consistent with some of the other writings that I've written in the past that as we instruct our children, we also demonstrate for our children the things we're instructing them on. So there's some things that I'm trying to um, impart on my children as young adults, but there are also things that I demonstrate or try to demonstrate by example, either things that I've done or things that I'm still currently doing. And so in my writing today, I said, let our conduct consistently reinforce the lessons we impart, ensuring that our children see a harmonious alignment between what we say and what we do. This alignment will help instill in them values we hold dear and the guidance we believe to be true. As fathers, let us strive to be the embodiment of the instruction we give, just as Jesus was for God's teaching. Our ultimate goal as fathers is to live in a way that exemplifies the principles we want our children to adopt and follow throughout their lives. If we live by the instructions we provide for them, they are likely to understand the importance of these life lessons. So as I'm instructing, I am demonstrating, I am living out. One of the great joys that I had at least when my sons were younger, is that we worked out together at this specific space, this specific period. We did martial arts together. And so it was something that I wanted them to learn, but I learned with them. So as we were almost like we were being instructed together. I felt it was a good discipline for their lives, and it was a discipline that I never did for myself, even though I always wanted to. So as they were instructed, I was instructed. I was demonstrating for them what I wanted them to learn because I was going through the process with them. And so that's kind of my thought process on day 11 is that as we instruct our children, let us also demonstrate what we are instructing them to do. Amen. So day 12, and I'm rushing through this. I'm not trying to rush through it. It's just that I didn't do yesterday. So today I got to do 2 days. Today's day 12. Day 12 is taken from First Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 and 5. Very familiar text. And to me, this is fatherhood. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. It is not boastful. It is not arrogant. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not irritable and does not keep a record of wrongs. The love a father has for his children is one that cannot be described by words alone. Nothing can replace this unwavering, deep affection between a father and the father's child. And I think that's a lot, one thing that people don't grasp. I know people grasp a mother's love, um, but I don't think people actually grasp a father's love. And not getting into a competition on who loves more, because I do believe mothers and fathers have the capacity to love the same with the same depth and the same intensity. But I believe that fathers' love for their children are many times overlooked as if fathers are not capable of loving deeply the way society may believe mothers do. That is not true. That is not true. I have my wife is a amazing mother, and she loves all three of our children deeply. Um, but her love is no stronger than my love. And my love is no stronger than her love because I as well love my children deeply and very intensely. Um, but I think the way we express our love and demonstrate our love are different. But it does not mean because fathers, you may not love the way your wife or the mother of your children do, that your love is not deep and that your love is not intense. And so I want to encourage you and applaud you for loving your children with a deep love. But Corinthians always draws me, fathers, to what love is. Love is patience. Love is kindness. Um, Love is not uh, arrogant or self-seeking. I know I have a lot of friends who are fathers and who coach their children, and we see this often where parents live through their children in the basketball court or football court. That's a self-seeking love that you're trying to have your children live out what you wanted. And I get it. I'm not criticizing you for being that if that's the kind of father parent you are. But I want to highlight what love is. I know there was often many times in my fatherhood journey where I was not patient with my children, and I regretful of those things where I was too impatient and just wanted them to get it and did not demonstrate the patience that was necessary to express my love. And there were times where I wasn't kind. um, Fathers, be kind to your children. I'm not talking about don't discipline them or don't correct them or anything, but there's a kindness that we can demonstrate to our children, which will uh, illustrate for them how much we love them. Okay. Um, Here's one. I said, fatherly love demands that we release and let go of the wrongs. Here's a thing that I made mistakes of several times when I was younger. A younger father is remembering the wrongs of my children, um, when they needed discipline or when I had to discipline them. Sometimes I would hold their wrongs over them, and that's a behavior that I wish I did not display as a father. I remember my father, he never really brought stuff up that I did. He just kind of corrected me in the moment, and once it was done, it was done. But sometimes I had a tendency to hold it almost like a grudge or be angry after the fact, even though it was in the past. And so I'm going to encourage fathers to let go of those wrongs that your children have committed, because that does not demonstrate love. And so, what I'm pushing us fathers to do is to take a look at 1 Corinthians 13, the definition of love. And I only pulled out two verses, but it goes on for about, um, there's more verses in this love text, and just kind of meditate on them and implement that as you are fathering your children. Um, Sometimes I don't feel like talking, and I'll just like I have to be patient. I have to be patient. I have a daughter who loves to talk at times, and sometimes she just wants my ear, and I have to sit and I have to listen and I have to be patient with her, as she is being patient with me, and just be kind and just be there. Again, all the stuff that I wrote about in the previous 10 days, being present, being attentive. And so day 12 is just an encouragement for us fathers as we embrace 1 Corinthians 13 as a model for fatherly love. Let us be patient with our children. Let us be kind. Let us not be self seeking. Let us not be rude. Let us not be arrogant. Let us not keep a record of wrongs, but let's give ourselves freely and love our children deeply, because our children will remember how we loved them. They will remember how we were always forgiving and didn't bring stuff up and didn't throw stuff back in their face. Let's just strive to use 1 Corinthians 13 as a model of fatherly love that we will implement in our lives today and walk with in the future as we strive to be the best fathers that we can be. All right. So that's our and now I'm a little all over the place. Like I said, I had some personal things I needed to take care of yesterday. And so I'm getting back on track. We are almost halfway. We are about halfway done with this 21-day um, fatherhood journey on our Fatherhood Focus February. And so I hope you're getting something out of it, fathers. If you're a mother and you want to forward this and share this with your brothers or your husband or your boyfriend or your uncles, share this with them. I just want to encourage the fathers all over to continue to be the best fathers you can. If you haven't picked up the devotional, it's available on Amazon. It's called Reset, Reset, Fatherhood Edition. You could pick it up. It probably take a day or two for it to get to you, and you can go through the 21-day journey. It has some reflective questions to ask, and let's just push through this together. So we'll be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time, and we'll go through day 13. All right. So you fathers be blessed, be strong, encourage one another. Fatherhood is tough, man. I just got off the phone with my boy this morning, He's a father, and he just needed another father to listen to him. And so make yourselves available to your boys and just check on them. Tell them they're a good father. If you see fathers with their children, encourage them and say, "Man, it's good to see you being a great father. Hold your head up, soldier," or whatever. And let's just encourage each other, man. It's tough out here being a dad. And if you have a wife that is supportive of it, be appreciative of that. And, let's just strive and keep pushing and being the best father we can be. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow for day 13. Peace.